Welcome to Ilivision.
The Furies, women of vengeance. The Furies, the ancient and fearsome goddesses of vengeance, were known in antiquity as the Erinyes. Their names, Alecto, Magira, and Tisiphone, they struck fear and terror into the hearts of mortals and gods alike. These relentless deities took particular offense at the gravest transgressions: murder, especially within the family, impiety, perjury, and the defiance of divine order. Those wronged could invoke the Erinyes to unleash their wrath upon the guilty. Their greatest retribution was reserved for the murder of parents by their child, a violation with a personal history for the Erinyes, as they too were born of such a crime, one steeped in blood and betrayal. According to Hesiod, the Erinyes were born from a horrifying act when Kronos castrated his father Uranus. The resulting blood spilled onto Gaia, the earth, and gave life to these terrifying beings. They were banished to the shadowy abyss of Tartarus, the darkest realm of the underworld, where the Erinyes were feared and shunned by gods and mortals. In the underworld, the Erinyes served Hades and Persephone, overseeing the eternal torment of those consigned to the dungeons of the damned. Their appearance reflected their terrifying nature: hideous women with wings, their hair filled with slithering serpents. Clad in the long, black, mournful robes of death, they wielded whips of agony, their rage implacable. Their fury manifested in torturous madness, often descending upon those guilty of matricide or patricide. For these crimes, no escape was possible. Murderers were doomed to suffer, their minds unraveling into madness, while entire cities that harbored such criminals could wither under famine or plague. Only through rigorous rites of purification and arduous tasks of atonement might the Erinyes be appeased, but their thirst for justice was unquenchable, and the scent of human blood brought them grim satisfaction and a smile to their faces. In ancient times, the Furies were euphemistically referred to as the Eumenides, or the benevolent ones, as it was considered a superstitious necessity to speak of such dark forces with flattering names. This practice served as a way to ward off their malevolent power, as invoking their true nature could risk inviting their wrath. It is well known that the Erinyes would not rest until their vengeance was complete, until the guilty had paid in full. As Aeschylus warned in his play Eumenides, vengeance is a god, and vengeance with finality will always track you down. Though their reputation as monstrous enforcers of vengeance was well earned, the Erinyes were not devoid of emotion. Their fearsome demeanor could be softened, as demonstrated in the myth of Orpheus and Eurydice. When Orpheus descends into the underworld to retrieve his beloved Eurydice, his mournful song was so moving that it caused the relentless torment of the damned to cease. Ixion's wheel halted its eternal spin. Sisyphus paused in his futile task of pushing his boulder, and even the Furies themselves were overcome with sorrow, their cheeks wet with tears. But were they as monstrous and negative a force as they were made out to be? Despite their terrifying presence, the Erinyes were indispensable to maintaining a just and moral society. Their role was to exact punishment on wrongdoers, ensuring that justice was served where human laws could not reach, if such laws existed at all. They embodied a primordial form of karmic justice, long before formalized laws were established. By punishing crimes such as murder, oath-breaking, and perjury, they played a crucial role in upholding social order. Their fearsome reputation served as a deterrent, compelling individuals to adhere to moral and civil codes, preventing dishonesty and lawlessness. In this way, the Erinyes were not solely forces of darkness, but guardians of societal balance, ensuring the consequences of wrongdoing were inevitable. Ancient Greek karma. Be good, or they'll come for you.